Salve aí, Atox Gamers, tudo beleza? Aqui quem fala de Jutan, estamos de volta com o canal Negadão e hoje, galera, hoje com o Alan Week 2, galera, isso aí. Fiz live de ontem e outros jogos, né? Tá postando tudo no canal, né? O canal tava parado, né? Mas eu voltei com tudo. Então bora lá, mano, sem mais enrola, vamos aí pro Alan Wake 2. A gente bora naquela parte lá que a gente enfrentou aquele bicho, né? Acredito eu que agora vai vir novos inimigos.
Didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
Bora lá.
Just disappeared?
Não, modo desempenho.
What the hell is going on
Aí.
here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. Must be locked from the other side. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how to stop the monster.
Can't be opened on this side. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you won't want to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. It's not opening.
Tá.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve. The cold of the trees behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cold case. Exciting. Yes. Right. The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. You all okay? Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me.
Uma pena esse jogo não ser dublado, né?
We'll do what we can. That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's hurt. How can you do anything?
I need something to cut this.
Crazy talk.
They're a fine pair.
My client's been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment, ma'am. Someone will be right with
you. Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
Smart choice, Anderson. Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been run yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. I'm gonna take a quick look around. Meet you back at the car.
See you in a bit.
Um minuto, galera.
That concludes our debate on whether pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by
Hello. How are you?
This is not the way.
Rapaziada, olha esse gráfico, mano. Surreal. Eu tô no modo de desempenho. Surreal esse gráfico.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
clock out. Get it.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex, Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wayman back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wade's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story. They study nightingales in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case. I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not
Não,
seeing the
faltando
full
ação,
picture yet.
rapaziada. Muita conversinha, não tô gostando disso não. Faltando ação.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricting area signs don't do a damn thing, huh?
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those Jesus. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve. Our crime scene is drowning. I never mind if rain. It feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
Monsters? Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around, learn what this ritual is. After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else. Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates doing his jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a big detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Roast Jerky. And boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, we've all seen the FBI setting up shop in town, and I'm sure you're all asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain with them? Deerfest is right around the corner, and we're all crossing our fingers for sunshine. So, I reached out to a top meteorologist for a weather update. She never responded, but I have her Uncle Tapio on the line from Water. Tapio, are you there? Yes. Great. And Tapio, what kind of weather can we expect today? That definitely seems to be on the menu. How about over the next week? Right. Care to elaborate? Any chance the sun will poke out in time for Deerfest? Well, Deerfest is coming, rain or shine. And that parade lineup is looking dandy as ever. Yes, I like this parade. Wonderful in the shape of a swan. A long neck and everything. A very long swan. So you're a fan of swans? No.
We've seen this symbol before.
Flashbacks. Remember Ohio?
Sure. The North Side Slasher. But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson. He hid the bodies in the forest.
Ah, galera, tô gostando desse capítulo não, vou deixar por aqui. Muito parado, não tem muito combate. Vou encerrar, galera. Tá bom, Fernando, 30 minutos, tá bom, tá ótimo. É isso, tomara que vocês tenham gostado da live. Se gostou, vai deixar um like no canal. Ficando por aqui, falou e fui. Até a próxima live, tchau. Tá louco? Tem nada pra fazer.